I got a great video for you. You're going to learn more about corrugated pipe in this video than you ever knew there was to know about corrugated pipe. I can tell you that. All right, so let's talk about this pipe first. This pipe is our extreme duty. It's got the highest crush rating. It's the strongest pipe in the country. And as far as we know, this is the strongest and heaviest corrugated pipe in the world. We've not seen one yet that is heavier than this one. The ribbing is really close, so you get more ribs per linear foot. And the ribbing is really tall, adding to its structural strength. You can see how tall the ribbing is inside as well. And its crush rating is 70 pounds per square inch. That's its crush rating. So that's a lot to unpack. Now let's move over to this really quick. This pipe right here is an extra heavy duty pipe. It's rated ASTM F667. It is stamped our French Drainman high octane armor pipe. It is our extra heavy duty. But there's some things to note. The ribbing is spread out. Look at how far. So you have less ribs per linear foot. Let me show you what you get here. I want to thank an engineer that I work with, a colleague and a friend. You know, he put this together. So we basically laid both pipes side by side. Super easy. Took the measurements. Kind of show you, you know, our traditional blue pipe is the top one. And then you can see what we referred to as our new blue pipe, our new formula that we released. And you can see the differences as far as in ribbing. You know, big difference. All right, so when you space them out like this, you gain flexibility and the pipe is easier to work with. This should be really important to the contractors that are trying to install these systems quicker, and it really should be important to the homeowners. Now you can see there's some shape to them. There's a little bit difference in shape, and that's giving it some strength. So what we did, this, see the ribbing? See how skinny this is? We wanted to get this to flow as much water as a smooth bottom pipe. So in order to do that, we had to make it smoother, for one. We still wanted it to agitate. We still wanted to get that sediment agitated and suspended so that it's self-cleaning. But we wanted to be able to make the claim that this pipe flows more water than PVC. And how we did that is we increased the inside diameter. By increasing the inside diameter, it's larger than any other 4-inch pipe on the market. The inside diameter, we're going to flow more water than any other pipe on the market. We have the corrugations. They're only half the thickness. That's where that came from. That's how we gained inside diameter. And this will still fit all the fittings, because I know that's a concern when you start messing with corrugated pipe like that. You have to make sure that all your fittings still fit true. So you can see right here, I'll put these together. You can see the differences in corrugations. You can see the larger spacing. So this pipe is more flexible. It's easier to work with. It has a higher flow rate. Now, the crush rating is 50 pounds per square inch, where this one is 70 pounds per square inch. That's the difference. Our extreme duty versus our extra heavy duty with the new formula. Now, if you're going to pack these pipes in stone and buy them in 8 slot, there's really no difference. It's basically going to be your choice. You got the guys that are contractors, that they're creatures of habit, and this is what they love, and this is what they trust, because it's been proven for many, many years, and they're not going to change. You got the guys that all they want to hear is more flow, a higher flow rating, sign me up. And that's what this pipe is. This pipe also, because we call it our new formula, it's not made out of the same exact recipe of HDPE that this is. Now this has a higher return on deflection, and we could only get that with a different recipe. So basically what I'm saying is this has a higher crush rating of 70 pounds per square inch. This has 50 pounds per square inch. But when this does deflect, it's not going to return all the way. That's what you got to think about when you get a pipe that's this stiff with these tall ribs. So when people say, I'm going to be driving a car over it, which one do you think I should use? Well, everybody wants to go to the crush rating, the mighty, mighty crush rating. But then you have to ask yourself, is it packed in stone? Okay, if it's packed in stone, you're fine. If it's not packed in stone and you're driving over it with a car, you're going to deflect it. So now you need a material that comes back on deflection. The ground moves when you drive over it, whether you think so or not. When farmers are tilling their fields, when they're putting in their crops, when they're taking out their crops, the ground gets compressed when the heavy tractors drive over it, and it kind of springs back up. So you need a pipe that returns on deflection. This new formula returns on deflection really close to 100% return. You can drive over these when they're in the ground, compress the ground, have these like oblonged, and this pipe right here, its superpower is that it returns off of deflection near 100%. So this is a really cool pipe. It's really close to my heart. Now, people say, well, what do you like better, this one or this one? Well, it depends what I'm doing. That's an unfair question. That really is. But when they say, okay, which one do you use most? Well, when you look at the combinations that this one provides, it gives me a greater flow rate. It's easier to work with because when the ribs are spaced out like this and they're not as tall, the pipe's more flexible and it's easier to work with. It is going to return off of deflection, and that's worth a lot. This new formula is actually, you can't crack it. You just can't. I mean, it's impossible. It's a unique blend. We're really excited about it. We brought it in about a year ago. We didn't make a lot of noise about it. We've been, teaching people about it. And obviously, we like to use the product and have a good year under our belt to make sure that all the claims stand true and, that we can tell you guys whether it's proven out in the field or it's not. Sometimes we pull things right out of the store. Sometimes things don't even make it in the store because we try them out in the field and we're not comfortable. But when you look at how narrow this ribbing is and you see how large the inside diameter is, the increased area for flow, this flows more water than PVC pipe. This flows more water than any other corrugated pipe on the market. So if you're doing discharge lines on collection systems and you're looking for a little bit more, you don't have to jump up too soon to a 5-inch corrugated pipe or a 6-inch. You run this pipe, you're going to increase your flow rate. So it all depends what you're building and your mindset. Now, I will tell you this. Crush rating, crush rating, crush rating, crush rating. What's the crush rating? Everybody talks crush rating. So this pipe, for that very reason, is extremely popular, will remain and stay extremely popular. Now, how do I feel about the new formula? Like from A to Z, just how do I feel about it? Well, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. When it came time to build a 3.5-inch pipe, what did I model it off of? Our 3.5-inch pipe has all the same characteristics as the dies that molded this pipe. So I really love the user-friendliness of it, and what's so important to me, it's an all-virgin pipe, and it's extra heavy-duty, so it checks all the boxes for me, but what's really, really important to me is a pipe that can come back on deflection. Guys, that is so important. I think it's something that's not talked about enough. I think it's every bit as important as crush rating. So when you got a pipe that it doesn't start to deflect till there's 50 pounds per square inch on it, and then it doesn't even matter that it's deflecting. It don't, because it's going to spring back. Now, I've done some pretty nasty things to, these pipes, putting them through tests, running them over and putting them through a lot of stress that you wouldn't really see in a yard drain system. It's, but just so that we can see what the material would do. I've had this material like completely collapsed, basically. And then the next day, I look at the pipe, and I'm telling you, the stuff just returns. It has a memory. But this new formula is fantastic. I really like it. This is our 3.5 and our 4-inch. This is what it's modeled off of. And no, guys, we are not going to take your extreme duty, extra heavy duty pipe away. We feel that we have two really exceptional pipes that we offer the public and contractor, commercially and, for homeowner grade. These are the best pipes on the market, and we know that. So now we have the two great pipes. Like I said, we've had this new formula out for the last year. We had to kind of tweak a few of our fittings to make sure that everything fit right. And I just wanted to get everything 100% before I came out and talked about all these differences. All right, everybody, if you appreciate this video, give me a thumbs up. If you appreciate the quality products that we're making here in the United States, making it not only available to the contractor, but the homeowner, the DIYer, give us a thumbs up. It shows me you appreciate our efforts and what we're doing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.